Hey,
Can you hear me?
very low.
Now.
No, let me see if it's me.
I'm not on the volume.
Okay, I hear you now.
All right, let me get my glasses because I can't see anything.
All right. I only have 50% battery left, and I had the battery charger in, but then realized I couldn't put my microphone into the phone, my wireless mic. So we'll just go until I get an alert.
You know what I did? I plugged my phone in.
But I can't plug and so today it's not having a cup of coffee. It's Claude and Tone, where Tone's having a
Water.
Gatorade Zero,
The water. That's
and
all
you're
I'm having.
having some sort of a
I have to look at.
spiritual one,
No, it's just hint. Spiritual
hint,
water.
some sort of spiritual, like holy water.
Holy water.
All right, so here we are. This is episode 4, and I got a big week coming up, Claude.
I know. I
So
know.
tomorrow, you know, well, I want to talk about a lot of things. One of the things I want to talk about is the week, but I wrote a couple of things down that I wanted to make corrections from the last podcast. There were a
Okay.
couple of things that came up that, and I don't know if you want to talk while I look for it, because I got to look for the page.
No, I have my own topic of the journey that I've been on since before New Year's, my new health journey.
All right.
And
That's good.
sticking to commitments, right? Like making a
Very
commitment
important.
to yourself and sticking to commitments. How about that?
Yeah, that's important.
That's
But
important.
just a little house cleaning.
Yeah, get that out of the way.
One of the corrections is when I put up on the screen when we were talking about creating a new calendar,
Right,
uh,
January.
right, January, and then we added vacationary. I spelled it as vacationuary, and it
It
shouldn't
should
be
just
vacationuary. It should just be vacation airy, A-R-Y, not
ARY.
U-A-R-Y.
Right.
And then the other thing that we talked about was instead of having 229 days, what I've decided, and you could come in and disagree with me, let's make the additional month, whether it was vacationary or bonuary, let's make that month 30 days instead of having 229 in the year. Let's have
Right.
12 28-day months. And the month we get off, we have 30 days
What
on that
happens
month.
to February on a leap year?
February stays 28.
Well, no, 28 is what it usually is. On leap year, it's 29.
Correct. So on leap year, we get 30 days off. And on non leap year years, January would be 29 days. So when it's
Right.
a leap year, we add the day to
February.
January. We
So
don't
we
add it to
take away one
February.
from us. It wouldn't be 30, it'd be 29. Then you'll have the
We would
29
get
and
the
29.
extra day. Right. We
Right.
get the extra day. It doesn't come away from us. So January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, 28 days. January,
Or
29 days.
wait, or
Or
vacationary,
vacationary. It's going to be
depending on the
29
placement.
days. What? Right.
Depending on the
Which
placement.
which out of the 8 people that watched, nobody commented. And we were adding, we were asking. But anyway, so then we either get 29 days off on vacationary or we get 30 days off on leap year, on leap year. And I propose we change it from leap year to loop year. Right? Now, the last thing
Quiet.
was that you remember I said it shows up as a copyrighted?
Yeah, what is that about?
It's the music on the intro. So that's copyrighted. However, the creator is giving us permission
Use it?
to use it.
Well,
But
is it
if
something that we
we
picked that's usable? Hold on.
no, I'm thinking I'm gonna create my own jingle to put in the beginning. I'm gonna record a jingle and I'm gonna use my own music in the beginning, and then I don't need any copywriting from anybody. But you know what it
Exactly.
said? It said that the creator of that music allows us to use it. Because I looked on YouTube deeper into that
Right.
copyright message. And then it said, however, if we go into monetization, if YouTube, we get to the point where we start getting paid for this nonsense, right? Then it may change. I'm just going to record a couple of jingles or ask Don if he has any, music that's recorded that he might want us to do. We'll give him, we'll give him props.
What do
We'll
you
say
think? Do you
music.
think that we should bring Don into the next pod? We may have to hook him up with
Well, that
Riverside.
was the fourth thing. Idea was that, we tried to call him.
We need every once in a while, we need somebody to come in as a historian.
Well, in his case, he could come in as a family historian or a guest.
Family
Yeah, I think it's
historian,
great.
guest, fact checker. We need somebody that's gonna give us the because we're just talking
And
off
it
the cuff.
correct. And it would also open up for them to share it on their social media. So, it'll bring in more viewers, right? Maybe we can get to 15 views.
You don't know.
We bring Don, he's good for one or two, his wife and
3,
his daughter.
4,
So we can get, and him.
5. So
So that's it. That's what I wanted to cover.
all right, thanks a lot. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
So that takes care of that.
Throw that in the garbage. And now we're done. Now we're gonna go
So
on to
now
our
we could
hell of
just
a
talk
journey.
about life
Life listen,
and life's tribulation.
I got on late with you. I texted you late for this because I'm trying to make a commitment to myself to at least just walk the friggin' treadmill for I have a desk job. I sit at a desk all day. It's very difficult to pull yourself away when you're in the middle of something to get up and walk and just move your body. You're stuck there. You're not even to try to make a decision to walk 5 minutes every hour, 2 or 3 minutes, get up, move your legs, whatever. It's so hard. You just have to basically make the commitment to say, okay, I'm going to go to the gym, get on the treadmill and walk whatever it is. It doesn't matter. A mile and a half, whatever it is at your own pace. Just move your legs for a half hour. That's it.
Right. Right. You ever see that commercial
I'm on
for
day
that
2.
thing where you sit in the chair and with their legs, the old people just with their
I
feet?
need one of those. It's just a little stepper underneath
Yeah,
your
you
desk.
could sit and they show you the girl typing at the thing. And meanwhile, her feet are going on that little thing. It's very dignified. Maybe you need one of those.
I
You
need one
remember
of
the name?
it's just a stepper. It's just like a little desk under
Y-
desk stepper. You could
yeah.
probably get it on Temu for $1.25,
No,
but you'll
if
get it in a month and a half.
if you spend $1.25, they throw it in for free. Or you have to click on the Wheel of Fortune.
Right.
As
Gambling
soon as I saw
101.
that, somebody said, "Go on Temu. They have good deals on hooks and
Yeah.
line and leaders and
Anything. Anything.
right, like a lot of fishing stuff." So I went on Temu. As soon as I went, it had the Wheel of Fortune on there. I said, "Okay, boom." I blocked it
Well,
out,
that's
and
not gonna work.
no, that's not for me. But all
And
right, so you got to keep up with some sort of regimen.
yeah. So you I've been just eliminating the junk. This is actually good that we document these sessions because then you may be able to see the difference from when we started as we go along. If there's a weight loss
I guess.
in my face, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
little by little, like you get
You
a
look
little
like
bit.
you lost 17, 18 pounds just in your face.
Well, that would be nice. What about the rest of them? What about the big fat ass?
Listen,
That's the last to go.
I have a very big head.
Well, apparently so do I, as we discovered.
And we weighed my head once. We actually laid down and
No,
suspended my head onto the scale. So when I went, it was 0. And then when I just rested it on the thing, just without any body weight rest, just the head, it came in at like 15 pounds.
no, it was not.
My head. So then Linda goes, so, so okay, your head's like a bowling ball.
15-pound bowling ball.
Well, the pros use 16 pounds, right?
Wow.
So it would be like for a
So what are you,
semi-pro.
semi-pro?
I'm a semi-pro bowling ball head.
No, but what's the normal weight of a head? 10 pounds? You gotta balance this thing all day
See, that's
long.
where we need
Is
our
it that
brother.
exercise?
We need our brother. There you go. Fact check.
We need him to find out what is the normal weight
What's the
of a
normal
normal
size
size head.
and weight? I know my head is abnormal
Well,
because
apparently for a woman, so is mine. I got a
you
big
know who has a
cranium.
huge head?
Big here. It's here, the cranium.
You know what woman has a huge head? That Giada, the one that
Really?
makes the cooks.
Yeah. She's little
Giada,
though.
she has a gigantic head.
No. Can we
You
even
won't be
say that?
able to look at her anymore. I look at her and I get disgusted. I go, "Oh my
Really?
god, her head's enormous." Like, if you cut her head off and put it on her torso, the top of her head would be by the neck where you cut it off, and her chin would be by her belly button.
No.
Yeah, her head is enormous. It's like that big.
So it
Yeah,
should be for a woman that's like at least 5'11".
her head, if my head's 15 pounds, her head's gotta be 18, 19 pounds.
Wait a second. Wait, I'm gonna pee myself. If your head is 15 pounds and
She's
you're
gonna
a
have a 19-pound
200
head.
pound man, she's all of 5'1",
Right, and I'm saying
19 pounds.
19 pounds. She has to be 20% of her body weight is her head.
No,
Yeah, yeah,
is her head.
yeah. She's got a big
Yeah.
head.
But
So
is
I
it
have
because it's big in
speaking
the
of
back or it's long? Some people have
no, it's
long heads.
just the whole head is huge in proportion to her body. It's
That's
huge.
unbelievable. I'm never gonna look at that person the same way in
I
my
might
life.
be able to, up here, flash a picture of her,
Be interesting for our
like a picture
devoted
in picture, and show
devoted
you
listeners and followers wanna see a picture of a head.
a Giada and the size of the head in proportion. So anyway, speaking of big things, I have a big week coming up. So I'm leaving Thursday to go play golf down in Florida, Southwest Florida, with my son. So we'll we'll play 3 rounds of golf in 3 days.
You better bring some warm clothing because it doesn't seem like it's too hot down there right now.
It'll be good. Thursday is going to be 70, the high for the day. So when we play, we'll play in the afternoon. So it'll be 70. And then the second day, we play at around, I think 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning. It'll be in the 60s in the morning. It'll be with a sweater. We'll play. And then Saturday morning is going to be the warmest, and it'll be about 70 when we play. And then we were supposed to come home Sunday. Our flight was scheduled to leave at 11 to come home. That would put us back here at 2, which I would have been like right in the middle of the snow.
So it's official. It's official that we're getting snow and the amounts and
I
stuff like that.
believe from what I see, the only thing that's official is we're coming home Saturday night. So I'm going to come home
Well,
Saturday night.
you know what? Better safe than sorry. Why
And I'll
take a
be here.
chance?
I'll be
Right.
here. And if it doesn't snow, it doesn't snow. I'll be home a day early. And if it snows, I'll be here. I can shovel. I can do those things. Linda can't shovel right now.
Yeah.
So, you know, whatever.
I
So,
don't miss
and
that.
yeah,
I don't miss that.
I
Like
mean, I've already shoveled
being a solo single shoveling,
anybody
annoying.
shoveling. No, how about a 68-year-old shoveling? No, no,
No.
I don't want to use my energy for that. I get no pleasure at it. So that's my workout. No, it's not my workout. That's not my
If I had to
workout.
pick, I wouldn't want to work out shoveling snow.
No, I'm not. I don't enjoy it. I don't look forward to it. And I don't accept it. I categorically reject it.
I don't like, I gotta tell you, I don't miss that.
Yeah, so that's a problem. I went today and got a couple of the little bundles of wood that you get at the supermarket.
Yeah.
So I got a couple of those, and I bought some snow salt because on the back side of the property here, the
Uh-huh.
stairs come at the back, and by the back door, we have to salt back there because it's very shady and it gets very icy. And we didn't have any more salt. And when I went there were 2 bags left at the supermarket, and I'm friendly with the manager at the supermarket where we go shop,
Yeah.
and he sees me grabbing a bag, and he goes, "Oh, you made it in the nick of time. It's been flying off the rack," he goes.
Yeah.
And he said, "That was the last I had of the snow salt. We just put in an order to see if we can get some before the weekend, you know?"
Yeah.
So, I was happy that I grabbed that. So I got that. We're all ready. I got my generator in case there's a little power outage. I always have a few gallons of gas in the garage. I don't like keeping too much gas in the garage, but I always have a couple of gallons to at least get me going and give me time to go to a gas station and get
And get
gas.
more. Yeah. Yeah.
So now most of the big gas stations, they're required to have generators after Superstorm Sandy. Remember all the gas stations were down when the power was down and they couldn't pump gas, and then they
They
couldn't
couldn't
bring
get they couldn't get the oil delivered.
they couldn't get it delivered, but the first day or 2, if a gas station was down, a lot of them didn't have backup generators to work the pumps,
Yeah,
the gas
that was
pumps.
crazy. That was
Yeah, now
crazy.
they're required to have backup generators for the pumps to have backup power so they
What
could pump
happens with
gas.
all the what happens with the electrical cars when there's no power?
They can't recharge.
They're really stuck.
Mhm.
Like, I don't think they thought that one. I mean, oil, okay, you could still get the oil in the car to drive. With the electrical cars, the power's out, the power's out. What do you plug it into?
Yeah,
That's a
I
freaking
don't know.
disaster.
But, it's funny, when we went to California the end of, September, we went for our anniversary, so it was the end of September, beginning of October. What we noticed in California, where we were in the Napa Valley, we went to Napa, there were no gas stations.
Really?
Yes, so when you rent a car and you say, "No, I'll fill up myself," I strongly recommend to our 8 viewers and our 5 subscribers, if you go to Napa, anywhere in the San Francisco area, take the deal with a rent a car. If you rent a car, take the deal where you could bring it back empty and they charge you X amount for a fill up, whatever it is, because you're not going to find the gas station.
That's eerie.
The other thing is you can't find the pharmacy.
That's horrible. A pharmacy?
Nowhere.
You can't even go into like a Walgreens or a CVS?
What? Well, nothing, nothing. We were looking for, and I'm like, God forbid, I need equipment and stuff. I said, God forbid I needed something.
Where did they go?
I probably would have had to look it up and go into San Francisco, downtown San Francisco from
Because
Napa
that's what's
Valley.
closer. But how far away
You
is
got to
that
go
from?
into a big city. That was an hour away, an hour and a half away.
Oh my God,
There
that's
was
not good.
nothing. None of the little towns where they have the vineyard, none of those towns
So
had a
then,
pharmacy. Not even a
not even a
mom and pop.
local, not even a
Not even
local.
a mom and pop. Nothing.
So what would you rate that trip from 1 to 10?
Oh, I rated it a 7.5. I mean, those were the two things that were annoying. The other thing is, if you're not a big wino,
Right, if you're not a wine drinker, you're
I
not
mean,
gonna
it was
taste.
beautiful. We went down to Carmel by the sea. So we spent the second half of our trip down in Carmel. That was very nice. And we saw Pebble Beach golf course. And we did this tour of what they call the 7 Mile Drive. And they have all these access points, different vistas and cliffs you look over and historical monument. It was very beautiful. That was beautiful. And we went to Carmel. We ate there, and it's a cute little town and very nice. So I give it a 7.5 because it's definitely when you've been a lot of places and you've been to Europe and you've been to Alaska and you've been to Caribbean and you've been to, different places. It's a nice bucket list to say, oh, I went to Napa Valley and we spent
Right,
8 days there in Napa Valley. That was very nice. It was a one and done deal for me. I won't do it again.
right.
That's why it doesn't get a 9 or a 10. If I give something a 9 or a 10, it means
You
I'll
would go
do it again.
back. Yeah, that's not a place you'd go back.
No, I did it. I'm happy I did it. Little pricey, but it was nice. We got beautiful pictures. I took 1,714 pictures. Uh, uh, yeah, yeah. So that was that. But yeah, so be careful, Claude. If you ever go down there, make sure you just prepay for the gas. It's worth it because that was very
Oh,
stressful making the airport. And then that San Francisco airport. Oh my God, what a disaster that place is.
it was a nightmare, huh?
It's not designed well. And the other reason was we checked the bag
Oh,
because when
there
Linda
was no way
travels
you
for a
could
week,
avoid checking a bag, right? Because it was
well,
7
yeah, come
days.
without Linda.
No, but, like, I'm sure there's stuff that you were like, "Why did I even take this? I probably didn't even
No,
need it."
she needs everything. She needs her options. And it added to the checkout. Check when we arrived in San Francisco to get our bag and get the car, 2.5 hours.
How annoying. 2.5 hours wasted. I actually have to go and get
Excuse
a
me.
new luggage. I want actually one of those like how you have the it's hard, it's not like the soft, but it's a little smaller. Because even though mine is considered carry-on, it's the soft one. It's good, it's a Samsonite, but I want one of those hard ones. It's a little smaller.
Yeah, mine I've had for years, and it's
I
a,
just don't wanna,
you know what
it's hard
brand
for me to
my
lug it
carry
around.
on, and I've had it for 15 years.
Remember you were lugging mine and
Swiss
had to
Ar
put it overhead, you're like, "What do you have in this thing?"
Yep, excuse me. Swiss Army is my bag.
Yeah,
The people that make the knives,
mhm.
Swiss Army knife, Swiss Army. And I've been very happy with it. I've traveled all over. I brought it to Europe. I brought it to Caribbean. I brought it to California. I brought it to Alaska, all over the place. Beautiful. Got the crap kicked out of it, and it still looks new. I have sand in it. I don't even take the sand out. I got sand. I don't know where it's from. It's probably from when we used to go to St. John and
Yeah.
U.S. Virgin Islands. There's sand in there. So that's that story.
So, all right. So you're booked to come early just in case of the
Yeah,
snowstorm
I'll
on a
be home
Sunday
Saturday night, late, like 10 o'clock, 10:30. I'll be home.
for this week. I don't have anything planned. I have my friends that want to go away for a weekend, but I was like, if you want to go away, I was telling them if you want to go away like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you don't want to fly somewhere because
You
there's
lose 2 days.
you lose 2 days just from traveling. You want to be able to drive wherever you're going to go.
Right. You got to go for 5 and 4 if you're going to fly. What we're
No, they
doing,
just
me
wanna
and
do a quick
Andrew,
weekend away, like, literally leave on a Friday, like, late morning and come home, like, a Sunday afternoon, like, really, it's a full day Saturday, so I said, "You gotta go local." They like to do, like we're looking for, like, a spa place, So for me, because I don't do the gambling thing, it's not for me.
but that's where the nice spas are.
Yes. So we were figuring maybe we could do Mohegan Sun because if there are even like stores, restaurants, like there's a whole little village inside the place. You're not stuck just doing that because we really don't do that. You know what I mean? They don't
Right, but
even
you
say
could book a mani-pedi, you could
yes.
or a
Right, a
facial.
massage, something like kill some time, do a little shopping, go to the restaurant,
The
whatever, and hang
restaurants
out.
are nice, and then if they wanna play at night, whatever,
If
you
they
can
wanna
go.
play, they could play. They don't play for long. When do they go? For an hour or whatever, but there's options. So I said, "Let's do that." So, that may be a
Yeah,
thing.
that's a
That's what
good way to slide into a spa environment,
mhm.
relatively expensive. If you don't gamble, the
Yeah,
rooms are cheap.
I mean, if I go how about this? How like, I don't gamble and I don't drink.
Right.
So I'm like the Jamoke
Yeah, you need to go on a religious retreat.
Jamoke there. What am I gonna do? No, I figured if there's stores and restaurants and things like that, and, the spa part, there's the
Right.
sauna, there's the pool, there's things I could
Right,
do.
that's where you treat yourself, to a nice
Exactly.
mani-pedi and with a foot massage, whatever. It's not gonna be cheap, but you pick one thing and you treat yourself, and
Exactly. What's the
the room
difference?
will be relatively affordable. They make the rooms cheap in those casinos because they figure they're gonna bang you in the casino, so the rooms are cheap.
Yeah, and most of the time, because it's just us, we don't care. We'll share a room
So
while we
when are
travel.
you thinking of going?
Probably, I think it's gonna be February.
Okay. Which would be Bonuary if we altered the calendar.
It would have been during January, and I wouldn't have had to take any PTO.
Correct, because it would be your bonus PTO that
I
you
could have
get
just gone.
for being part of the transition
Yeah,
team, because the population that transitions in the beginning for 10 years, they get the whole month. And then, you know, based on age group, they start allowing other people in, and then eventually you got to work.
right.
But for the first 10 years, if you're there for the initial transition, you get that month off for 10 years.
Like, think about it, that would have been awesome. But anyway, so that's what's on the plan. So I have to look into that just to go for a quick weekend. We'll drive. We'll all meet at one spot and then take the one car and drive, which will be fun because we'll be all together. That's the whole thing, to drive together and be together because then that's the
Yeah,
whole weekend.
that's part of the
That's
vacation.
part of the vacation, the little getaway, and then we could talk and we could laugh and da da dee, da da da. We'll go out to eat. We'll do our manis, our spa, our sauna, blah blah blah. It'll be fun.
Right. So you leave on what, a Friday, come home on a Sunday? Or Thursday, come home on a Saturday? Like what do you think?
Probably, like, if we go on a Friday, we'll probably go until Sunday afternoon. But how much time do we have on the thing? Because I'm getting cold, and he's gonna
From
call back,
for who?
My son, I keep Xing out. He keeps calling me.
Okay. I mean, we could cut it here. I mean, it's not a great it's not a great episode, but we'll try to make it something.
How long are we going for?
So far 30 minutes.
Alright, so what do you think? You think we could have a 30-minute episode? What if we didn't cut it and we just left it the way it is?
Yeah, uncut, raw. Claude and Tone raw, uncut, unaltered, right? Yeah, so the big thing, I guess, is, and that's fine. The big thing, look, we were talking earlier today, and there's so much there that we could talk about, but that we can't, and we've discussed
My
that already.
god,
That,
can you
that all
imagine?
all the juicy stuff we can't talk.
No. Wait a second, let me just do this. I just wanna do something. On
See, I got to cut this.
Okay.
I would have to
I
cut it.
sent him the message that I'm on the phone through my watch so he doesn't keep calling in, the annoyance.
All right, but then if they don't call you, you get upset. So
And then it's annoying. Either way.
yeah, but
So
okay.
so
So, all
listen,
right. So, this is our little episode, the pre storm. I think that the storm is going to be a big thing to talk about next week.
if we even get a storm, if it doesn't change into like
Well,
nothing.
they're getting walloped down in Nashville and Memphis and Enid, Oklahoma. They're getting 2 feet of
When
snow, and
I was looking at the path of the storm coming up towards us,
it's not really coming up, though. It's going across. It's going from west to east, and it's staying low. It's not really coming
it
up.
looked like it was covering us. When I saw projection on the Weather Channel, it looks like it's covering all of Long Island, and then it's gonna
Yeah, but
move out.
that's not the main band. The main band is south of Washington, D.C. But I'll do some more weather watching later and I'll get back to you with that. I'm very good with spring, summer, and fall weather. I'm very bad with winter weather. But And the reason is because, I have my other channel, my
You
main
do.
channel, which is JoJo Napoli, Captain of the Kitchen. And there'll be a link in this one, definitely a link and an end card with the link to the channel.
Why don't you tell our viewers what that channel is about?
Well, it's just me. It's all about me. And I go out fishing, basically. It's a fishing channel. And I do what they call catch, clean, and cook. So what I do is I
And what
demonstrate, I
about
fish, I
yeah.
teach techniques, how I'm thinking, the equipment I use, the techniques I use, what fish I'm targeting, right? So that's the fishing part. And then if I get anything that's worthy to eat, I bring it home. I show everybody how I clean it and prepare it. And then I cook it. And then we eat it, the fish.
Now how about just the cooking channel? Because some people like
Yeah,
just the cooking.
I have a lot of people. So I have JoJo Napoli, Captain of the Kitchen. And
Right.
uh, then I I realized when I looked at the analytics that a lot of my female viewers were kind of racing ahead and just watching the cooking part. So I said, you know what? There's a group of people that are just interested in the cooking. They don't really want to watch me fishing or anything like that. They don't want to watch anybody fishing. So I created another little channel called Cooking with JoJo Napoli. And then there I'll cook traditional family recipes, fish dishes, non fish dishes, soups, salads, meatballs, whatever I'm cooking. I'll set up the cameras, I'll put the recipe in there, and
Right.
people watch it. And I get a certain amount of views on that. So that's cooking. That's called Cooking with JoJo Napoli. And then we started doing this, Claude and Tone, just
This is
having this is where
actually
I'm really me. I'm not I'm just being myself here.
this is this is actually just for shits and giggles. We're like, doing
Yeah,
it
and I'm
because
just being Tony Donato. I'm not being, a character. I'm not being Jojo Napoli. I'm not being Captain of the Kitchen or Chef Jojo. And when I'm talking with you, I'm just being myself. So I have three alter personas, if you will. I have the captain of the kitchen, Jojo Napoli. I
of
also
course.
have Jojo Napoli, the chef, Chef Jojo. And
Right.
I have just me, which is, Tony Donato. That's me,
This
Tony D.
talking about goals. What do you have? What are you doing differently this year? What goal do you have set this year? Like listen, I'm on a fitness, not even fitness, just a health journey, just to take care of myself a little bit better? Things change. I'm going to be 62 in the spring.
I've done, unfortunately for me, I have to go to the doctor. I'm at the doctor. I have my primary I see every 4 months, and one of my specialists I have to see every 3 months. So I'm at the doctor at minimum 7 times a year. And then in addition to that, I have the eye doctor once a year, the podiatrist once a year. So that's 9. Okay. And then if things pop up at my age, I'm 68. I'm going to be 69 in 2 months. You know, crap pops up and then you deal with it, you know?
Right.
Uh, so I'm at the doctor 10 times a year. I think I've had every part of my body or section photographed, imaged, MRI, CAT scan. It's like I'm sick of it. Uh, but anyway, I think that's very common that this time of the year we were talking about that, about Jack LaLanne.
Yeah.
You remember that? I think we've been brainwashed that you make this New Year's resolution that I want to focus more on my health and that kind of thing. So this time of the year, I think there's a lot of that goes on.
Yeah. Everybody does it. Everybody does it. I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
trying
I
to
talk
just,
to people. Everybody's saying, "Oh, I want to do this. I want to go on a diet. I
yeah.
want to go on the GLP. I want to go on a GLP-2. Hey, did you hear about the GLP-3? Now they have a GLP-3, evidently. So that's coming out. Plus, they have the ones now, the pill forms for maintenance, because people have reached their goals with their weight taking these weight loss medications. So now with the pills, you can maintain, you don't have to inject, you don't have to refrigerate, you could just pick it up at your drugstore. It's cheaper, so because as people reach their weight goal,
You're right.
you know, all you have
You
to do
can't
is
keep your back.
maintain, then maintenance.
So what do you
So
do? But still, you still have to change the habits. That's the
but
thing.
what happens is your habits do change. I was talking to one of my doctors and they say people that are on these medications long term and then they come out of it and go into maintenance, they really, because you completely forget the habit, the gravitational pull to just eat just for the sake of eating or out of boredom, it actually is being documented that it goes away.
So that's interesting.
So the
I
long-term
never
effects are very good, the mental, you
like
know?
the mental part of it. Like I never was on anything like that. So, but how does it feel like when you start to come off? You get your hunger back?
The main thing is you go to the bathroom better. because there's one of the side effects is a little constipation. So, people that I hear that have to come off it for a month or 2 months, one of the big things that they're happy about is like, it's so nice just to go to the regular bathroom and take
Yeah.
a crap without it being like a birth of a child, you know?
Right. Oh, when you're on it, because it
And when you're
dehydrates
on
you?
it,
Is that what it
it's
is?
yeah, because everything moves through your system slower and
Oh, it just
there is a little diuretic effect. So the combination of the two, you got to be careful, that you have to drink a lot of water when you're on a lot of water and a lot of protein you have to ingest because you will lose muscle. So, but anyway, but as far as my goals, I think just more the same. We went out with a group of people on New Year's and they said, "Oh, what's your resolution?" We're going around. I said, "I really have nothing to resolve because I feel like my life is really good. I really have a good life and things are going good. And I just want to keep doing what I'm doing,
just
just
doing what you're doing.
keep
Yeah.
doing what I'm doing, staying positive, everything, staying slim, earning a little money, traveling, enjoying my time on the water, which is a big thing, continuing to play golf, spending time with my kids. Everything that I do, I want to just be able to keep doing it for
Keep
as
doing it.
long as I can do it. I don't have to really change much, I don't think. I made a couple of changes. There were a couple of people that I distanced that we were distanced for whatever reason. And so I made some changes to try to reunite with those people because they weren't doing it. So I did it. And it's just better for our family life and things like that. So, I'm doing good, so my goal is to keep doing things the way I'm doing it.
I think that's definitely the right approach. I agree. I mean, there were people in my life that weren't in my life for a long time that I just kind of reconciled. No, just reconciled the fact that they're gonna just be who they are, right? Whether it's family, friend, it doesn't matter. It could be anybody, right? You just go through these different phases in your life, where they're in your life or they're not in your life. And it's just like, how important is it if they're just the way they are, you know? Doesn't
Right.
matter. You make that peace. It's actually right, the making of amends or the reconciling of a friendship or a relationship, let's say, is more for you than it is for actually the other person, because you
Right.
carry that burden, right?
Right.
You're the one carrying that burden when there's an effect like, oh, you have to be around them, or there's a function and they're there or whatever, and you're
Everything is
holding a
so awkward.
it's so weird, you're
Especially when
carrying
you have
that.
common families, stuff like that.
Whatever,
It's just
right. So
you
when
gotta
you
look at the bigger picture sometimes, and say,
exactly,
"Yeah,
exact
I'm right, but do I wanna be right or Ali said the
it
other day,
doesn't even
do
matter,
I
right,
wanna be
right or
right or do I wanna be serene?"
yeah, because there is a peace that you get when you let go of whatever it is, being right, the resentment, the anger, whatever it is, whatever the situation is, that you have this separation in a relationship, any kind of relationship. When you let go of that part of it and you're good and you make peace and you just that's for you.
Right,
That's not
right.
for the other
Well, you
person.
know what it is? I get very set. Like, I've trained myself that when I'm wrong, I've trained myself through years of training, right? Admit it. Admit when you're wrong. Try to reconcile in that regards. Admit that you're wrong. Really mean it. Don't just say, "Oh, I'm sorry." When you apologize, you got to really mean it. The person you're apologizing to will know that it's heartfelt or it's bullshit.
Right.
Okay. But when I'm come to the decision that I'm not wrong, then I get very set in my way. Now it's up to them to come to me and blah, 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 blah.
Right,
And then I get
because you
caught up in that self-righteousness
yeah, and it's
thing.
your expectation that they're gonna behave the way you would
Now
handle the
they
situation.
have to come to me, right?
That's your
And then that
expectation.
could block progress, right? So how do you deal with that? So the two situations that I've had in my life recently that's where I was stuck. That I knew I was right and I got stuck in this righteous mode that it's up to them to do. But you know what? Sometimes you got to understand people don't have the capacity or the capability to look at themselves, say they're wrong. Hey, let me give Tony a call and say, listen, I was wrong. I don't know what I was thinking. Let's move on. I'm sorry. A lot of people don't have the capacity to do that.
No.
So what do? You stay
And
by
what is it
yourself for the rest
really
of your
yeah, but what does it really matter at the end because your peace is disturbed. Your
right.
serenity gets rocked when you hold
Well,
on
it's
to that.
about not allowing people to step
You could
on you,
still
so to
have
speak.
boundaries.
Right, right, whatever it is. So anyway, so then I came to a decision. I said, you know what? It's for the better good. I try to look at the big picture.
You
I don't
gotta look
have
at the big
many
picture.
people. I don't have many people. There's really only one person. There's two people on the planet. I don't care what the circumstances are. They could kiss my ass in Macy's window. And one of them is boop, and the other one is boop.
Say, like, I have to think about who it would be that yeah, like,
No,
who would
you have to
it
think
be?
about who would the second person be.
I'm thinking to myself, who
You
would it
got one.
be? I know the 2.
No, you know one.
I know
Oh, you know
2.
the second one too?
Absolutely, I know both that they could kiss your ass at Macy's window, but everybody else would get a
And I don't
chance.
care what the greater good is, who the
But
extended
I'm trying
family
to
or
think
friends are that it affect. I don't care.
but I'm
I'm not
trying to think, who
I'm
would it
gonna
be
act
for
like
me?
that person is dead, and that's it,
Who
okay?
would it be for me that I could honestly say there's 2 people for me
You
too.
have 2?
2. One one would be, "Beep, I don't care. If as far as I'm concerned,
That's it,
beep
I
is"
had that in my notes.
if I ever saw beep again, to me, they're dead to me. And the other one is actually dead now. So,
Okay, there you go. There you go.
woo!
But, conversely, just to continue and get close to wrapping this up, but conversely, it's also good for me to look at and identify the people that I'm grateful to, that have helped me in my life, and to make sure that if for any reason, not for anything negative, but if we've gone through a period of separation for some reason, you grow apart, you get a different routine in your life. And these are people that maybe 30 years ago were very good to you. And you have a lot to be grateful for with certain people. There you go. There's a goal. And I'm thinking of one person, and I don't have to beep out this guy's name. There's a guy named Ralph Lavallo. Okay. And Ralph Lavallo, when I started doing mortgages, okay, was very, very helpful to me. And he was a mentor for whatever his reasoning was, whether he was thinking, hey, this is a good guy, maybe I'll get him as a salesman, whatever. He spent time with me. He was overly fair in helping me to make money and teaching me the ropes,
Yeah.
so to speak. And he was a very, very good guy. And I've kind of fallen into this zone with him where we haven't communicated. We used to talk
Keep in
once a
touch.
year, and Ralphie's gotta be getting up in the 70s now, getting up there, because he was older than me. When I was in my early 30s, he was like, he
Well, let
might
me
be 10 years older than me.
let me
And
ask you this. Was he when you were living in New Hyde Park, your first apartment where you had Andrew, was he
right.
when you had the office there and you were first starting, was he coming there?
No,
Is that
that was actually Bernie Gelbart, who's my friend Cliff's father. So
wow.
I'm still very close with that gentleman's son and their family. I'm very
Wow,
close
that's
with them.
amazing.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're close. So we've maintained a relationship for about 40, 35, 40 years.
Wow. But
Yeah.
I
And
wanna I want
Ralph came in right after that. So there's a goal for me to reconnect, not only look at the negative and say, this one here, he's dead, but also look at people like, wow, I'm grateful, because I'm always fair to mention, I learned this because of this one. I learned this because I'm not afraid to give credit to people. There are people
no,
that I helped in the industry. They never mention me. That makes me so hurt.
be
Like I
because
get
there's
hurt.
an expectation because of what you do,
I
you
just get
expect somebody
hurt
to
on
do
an
but
emotional level. I'd be
you
like,
don't know what
how
they're
could
talking.
they
Yeah,
not
but you don't know
give
what they're
me?
talking about privately.
I
You don't
don't
know.
right, I don't know, but anyway, but I
But
know
that's a
what
good
I did for certain people. I know what I did, and
you're
that's
right.
all that matters,
But that's
right?
a good goal to reach out to somebody who
To
helped you.
reach out to people that I've fallen apart from for no bad reason, but
Just
that have
different
been
life your life.
influential and good to me in my life. And I did it. Like I did it with cousin Sal. When I found out he was here, I went to visit him. I want to visit him again. I want to go see Sal
Yeah.
again. Sal was good, to
Speaking of
me.
which, I wanna just show you something that I just received today, a surprise. Hold on a second. I just received it today.
What, a box of pastries from Chirco?
That would have been but close. Look what cousin Maureen sent me. She sent me decaf Irish tea,
Because you drank it at our house when we went there.
and to go with it, she sent me an Irish mug with the Irish blessing.
Uh, May the wind, the road come up to
Yes.
meet you, the sun on your face.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, that's very sweet.
That's
See,
from
we have to
cousin
visit her
Maureen.
again. We have to visit cousin Maureen
Cousin
again.
Maureen, she surprised me. I was like, now I wanted to, I didn't have time. I wanted to do the tea in here so I could have tea while we were podcasting, but I had just, I can't believe it. It's so very, very pretty mug.
So that could be part of a joint goal, but the next time we do it, let's do it that we make sure we do it in coordination with her, not so last minute, so that Gaetano could be there,
Right, because we didn't get to
and
see
we could go
Gaetano.
spend a couple of hours with them, and
Yeah,
we don't have to
definitely.
go to the cemeteries again, but maybe
No.
give ourselves some time to stop at the pork store. Remember I said I wanted to
Yeah, you
stop
wanted
at
to
a
get this stuff from the pork store.
Yep,
Yeah,
get the sausage from Queens is always a little better, the cheddar velouté and all of that, and that was on
yeah,
Metropolitan Avenue, right?
yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
That's
So,
a good one.
okay,
So
we
that's the
could
story.
we could wrap this up. There you go. So we
Listen,
make some resolutions, like even though I'm not totally for resolutions, but there you go. It's more of goals, like you said, goals
it's
to
a
do
goal. It's
something.
not even a resolution because resolutions, right? You make them and then they don't work out or whatever. It's a big lot. But what are the goals? What are the, what do you want to do for yourself? Things that you could do that you can maintain, not
Yeah,
just
they gotta be reasonably achievable. You
right,
can't make goals that are unreasonable, but
right.
things like that, go to Queens to visit a
Yeah,
cousin that
those are
we don't see
nice.
that often, that's fine. I mean, that's just a matter of getting in the car. You go early and you come home early. You remember we were leaving and she was like, "Oh, you're leaving already?" We were there for 2 hours. She was like, "Stay longer." It's like, "No, no, we wanna get home before it gets dark."
We want to get home before traffic and before it gets
Yeah, the
dark.
traffic and the dark
I
anyway,
want to
all
get in
right.
my pajamas. It was cold. That was a cold week too.
But you know what? The sunlight is 42 minutes later now than it was when we went to see Maureen. 42 minutes we got of our day. Now, I was looking out the window yesterday at 5:30, which now it's dark. I don't know what time it is, but
That's
it
it.
was
That's all I've got.
all right. And me too. Say hello to Johnny
I
for
will.
me,
I
and
will.
I'll talk to you later on.
All right. Talk to you later. Love you, Tom.
Love you, Claude.